Why did the son burn down his parents' house?
To get to the other side?
Close. He wanted to kill the black widow spiders.
Okay. Well, the giants are back.
That's right. We've had a 22-foot tall tomato plant, a 1,000-pound hammer, a 50-pound nose.
Now we have a 150-pound colon.
But Scott writes our genuine positivity message.
And I have a reverend challenge, but it's okay. I'm not going to run a marathon anytime soon.
Good for you. I'm glad you wouldn't do either one. You wouldn't run underwater or run above water. Well, I'm glad you didn't want to do that because that probably put you behind the 8 ball. Welcome to What Happened to the World Today. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott. And this is a tale of how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show.
And we're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today. And today's show is going to start off with my favorite topic.
Anacrophobia?
Well, have you ever heard of the Darwin Awards?
Yes, I love the Darwin Awards.
So the Darwin Awards are given to people who do dumb things.
Yes.
And I would like to nominate this next man who's afraid of spiders.
Yes.
To the Darwin. Although, okay, so let's be fair. They were black widow spiders.
Okay, yeah, we'll give them that. For those of you who doesn't know what that means, they are one of the poisonous spiders.
And they have no problem biting you. And even if you get treated, it can kill your skin. The paralyzation, the toxin that they put in actually destroys the tissue around where the bite is. Even if you get there in time to get the anti-venom, it doesn't reverse the damage that's already done.
Right. It's not as bad as the brown recluse spider, but it's still bad.
Right. So this guy found some black widow spiders in the attic of his parents' house, which he was house sitting. How did he try to kill the black widow spider, Scott?
Well, do you remember that episode we had where somebody had invented a flamethrower?
That was the Boring Company. Was it the Boring Company? It was one of Elon Musk's company.
It was one of his companies, yes. Well, what's the next step down from an actual flamethrower? A blowtorch.
Right. Not just a lighter, not just a little, flame heater. No, a blowtorch.
Yes. Now, granted, I'm sure it wasn't one of the big ones that you attach to an LP tank and it puts a flame out for warming a bath.
They have the propane tank ones that got the really hot the blue glowing tip and all that, which you could light stuff on fire really easy with.
Yes. And guess what he did? He lit stuff on fire. The freaking house.
So Tucson, Arizona said, guess what? Wait, where was this guy at? Fresno, California. Wait, this guy was in California, right?
Right.
So Fresno, California.
Tucson, Arizona is a similar thing that happened.
So guess what? This guy wasn't the only guy trying to kill spiders with a blowtorch. There was someone in Tucson, Arizona that did the same thing.
Yes, exactly a year ago, which is so funny.
So next year, in 2019, let's see what dummy, even though we've warned him,
actually gets one of those flamethrowers.
Yeah, he gets one of the flamethrowers and does that. But how funny is that? I've been trying to kill him with the blowtorch.
See, now, I'm not necessarily afraid of spiders. I have picked them up and carried them outside.
I wouldn't carry a black widow spider outside.
That's another story. Do you remember when Susie and I were dating and her best friend had a pet tarantula that she used to walk on with a piece of thread down in Lake Geneva?
I remember you telling me the stories. I don't think I ever got to meet her.
Yeah. So, that didn't bother me. I let that spider crawl on me.
Right, because you know that when it bites you, you're not going to, have narcosis.
Well, not all tarantulas are poisonous, and this one was not a poisonous tarantula.
Oh, so you put it in your mouth, let it climb out of your mouth?
No.
Tarantula came out.
No. I am not afraid of them, but I'm also not stupid.
That's cool. That's not stupid. Put the tarantula in your mouth.
Stupid. You don't put a tarantula in your mouth. I'm sorry.
And let it crawl out.
It's not fair to the tarantula.
Not hurting it. I didn't say close your mouth. You keep your mouth open really
Not
wide.
only that, if you think about it, most people like nectarines better than peaches because of the fuzzy feeling. Can you imagine how fuzzy feeling a tarantula would be?
I don't know. I've never got to feel a tarantula, believe it or not.
They're hairy. They're hairy spiders.
Well, just so you know, I didn't start the timer till just now. So I don't know how
That's
many
okay.
minutes.
We've only been talking for 38 seconds.
Yeah, whatever. So this show is going to be somewhere between 15 to 25 minutes. Is there a spider in there?
No, but look at the size of these flowers. This
they're as big as your cup.
What was that?
They're as big as your cup.
Yes.
Look at how small these balloons are. They're the size of my head. They're actually way bigger than that. We can't tell from your picture. You could be zoomed in.
That's true, but I'm not. Those flowers are a foot long.
Are those gourd flowers? They turn into gourds, or
no? This is a trumpet angel plant.
Oh, very cool.
Or an angel trumpet plant, or something like that. But they're pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it is very cool.
Now, if you were to eat these, they're semi-poisonous, which would probably affect your colon, right?
Right. Okay. So now we've got a spider. So Scott's segue, ladies and gentlemen, Scott's segue just took us from the spider who is poisonous to, if you eat these flowers, which are poisonous, to affecting your colon. So what giant tail does Scott, would you like that segue? What giant tail does Scott have for us? That's right, folks. Giants are back in our news. There are giants in the world. Forget aliens. Forget everything. There are giants in the world. We've now had a giant hammer, a giant tomato plant, a giant nose, and now we have
a giant colon.
Right. But I have a problem with this story.
Why would you have a problem with it?
Where was this stolen?
It was in Missouri.
Oh, you got to show me. Yeah. So Kansas City, Missouri, but they recovered it.
Yes.
They recovered a large inflatable colon that was stolen from a Missouri driveway earlier this month.
Okay. Now the question begs to be asked, why does somebody have a giant inflatable colon in their driveway?
Right. First question. But here's the other question. The Kansas City police announced Monday afternoon that a tip led officers to the inflatable intestine prop at a vacant house. Well, how does that tip come across? Hello, 911. There's a giant bowel in my neighbor's driveway, and I don't think it's theirs. What? They have this really weird inflatable thing in their driveway. You need to come check this out. I mean, wait, it's a month later. What was this all over the news? Be on the lookout for a large inflatable colon. There is a large inflatable colon in your. It's a month later. I can't see it being part of.
But here's what's really impressive: it's 10 foot wide by 10 foot tall and weighed 150 pounds. Okay, that would be like someone stealing a bouncy house, though. Yes. Right, because it's inflatable, so it can fold up to a small. They throw it on a two-wheeler, boom, it's out of there. Yes. So it's not like you take a lot of people to go there. But here's the best part. So the Colon Cancer Coalition, the CCC. You just love those letters. Well, yeah, the CCC. Okay, let me see if I can piece this together. The Colon Cancer Coalition had it stolen from a driveway in Brookside, Missouri on October 18th, where it had been loaded to be transported. So it was already loaded and displayed at a breast cancer 5K. 2 days later, yes. So, okay, I'm appreciate the 2 days later, but it's just a cancer thing because the Colon Cancer Coalition has the colon cancer has a stolen colon that they were going to take to the breast cancer awareness 5K run. See, it works. Wow, that's a lot of cancer. It is. But you know what the coolest part is? And you know where it was stored? It was stored at the University of Kansas Cancer Center. Right. So the Cancer Center had the Colon Cancer Coalition. Say that fast. That's the CCCCC. Yeah. So what'd I say? The Cancer Center had the Colon Cancer Coalition? So it would be the KCCCCC. or the UKC, CCCCC.
Oh yeah, University of Kansas.
Yeah,
yes.
University of Kansas Cancer Center, Cancer Center Coalition.
Oh, cool.
Oh, but you know what they use this for? Community events.
Well, of course.
So it's made for community events. So the University of Cancer Center had the Colon Cancer Coalition community event cancer colon thing stolen. Copped. It was copped.
Now,
They copped the Colon Cancer Coalition from the Cancer Center Community Events Colon Cancer Display.
Okay, folks, none of this is written down. This is Steve's brain functioning on sugar. He ate so much sugar after Halloween, it's still stuck in his body.
So it was a colon cancer caper.
You're terrible.
I'm going to steal that. That's it. That's a great idea.
It is.
So what was stolen? Well, someone copped our colon cancer. Our what was it called? Someone copped our Colon Cancer Coalition colon display. Who do you think copped your colon cancer colon display? Claude Cooper.
Claude Cooper, yeah, that's it.
So Claude Cooper copped your colon cancer display?
Sure. Put that in the report.
Yeah, there's the report for the police. I got it.
Yep, you got it.
Colon cancer caper.
My head's like trying to wrap around it. It's like,
I think it all made sense.
It did, but it's too much for me.
Okay, so here's the best part, though. While it was gone, they went out to raise money to replace it.
Yep.
They raised $11,000 to replace it. The nice part about that is that $11,000 can now go to colon cancer research.
That's correct. Which is
That's
exactly
pretty cool.
What we're gonna do. Yep.
So we're happy to announce through the generous donations, Quest Diagnostic employees at Solix Pharmaceuticals, we have gone way past it, but they're not going to give it to cancer patients. They're just going to get 2 replacements.
That makes no sense.
But now you got 3 colon cancer inflatables.
Okay. Well, maybe that means they're going to have more fundraising events.
Which would be more fundraising events and
Okay.
more opportunities to cop their colon cancer balloon.
You keep that up, I'm never going to be able to talk through this show.
It could be a clean colon cancer. No, it doesn't look clean. It'll say it's got cancer.
Yeah.
No such thing as clean. I'm just trying to think of other K or C words I could add to it.
Yes.
Let's see. Claude Cooper copped the Colon Cancer Coalition colon cancer display. That was better. I was on a roll early. You stole my mojo. All right, what's left?
I did.
What's left?
I decided that this was the day of the week that I was going to do the genuine positivity message.
You're going to do it on Thursdays, unless you forget, and then it won't be on Thursdays.
Correct.
Okay, so our genuine positivity message from Fun Guy the Entertainer.
Once you accept that the world does not owe you a thing, you can begin creating good things around you by keeping an air of positivity around yourself, and in turn, that will attract other positive people into your orbit.
Very good. Am I in your orbit?
You are in my orbit.
Cool.
As a matter of fact, the two of us create a synchronous orbit that creates a great stand of gravity.
That Claude Cooper could cop.
That's right.
Cool. I like it. Good, genuine positivity message. All right. So Fun Guy the Entertainer also is a ordained
Yes.
minister, reverend?
Correct. Yes,
What
Reverend.
are you?
I am the Reverend Scott Thomas Bobek.
So are you an ordained minister or an ordained reverend? And if so, what's the difference? Remember, you're under oath.
Well, here's what's really kind of funny. It's a ministry that I'm part of,
You have no idea.
but I'm considered a reverend on my card, on my ID card.
Minister versus R-E-V-E-R-E-N-D. All right. Minister versus reverend. Pastor versus reverend. No, I said minister versus.
That's correct.
What is it? What is the difference between a reverend and a minister? Here we go. So, the difference between a Christian. Okay. Why does this not just tell me? A minister is a term that is generic in nature and is applied to clergy who lead congregations in a Protestant church. A reverend is a way of addressing clergy in a Christian church.
But yet Lutherans are Christians.
So that doesn't help me.
No, it's in context. They are both the same thing.
I don't want to be.
Difference is
I don't want to be in context with you.
Priest and
talk about religion, you Catholic priest.
We believe in all religions.
Yeah, well, okay. We don't normally talk about that, but that was a sad thing that happened at the synagogue.
Yes.
Earlier in the week, and just unbelievable. There is no tolerance for stuff like that. So
no.
So shame on anyone who puts anybody down. Period, for any reason.
Yep.
Cool. But back to why we started off. You being a minister, a Reverend Scott
because
Thomas.
You were wondering why I have never tried to do a marathon.
Well, they stopped, so you could have just been waiting for them. So in the Detroit Marathon, halfway through, they stopped. It must have killed their times. They were probably on a 4 or a 3.5 hour run, and then they had to stop to get married, so that just killed their time.
But they only killed it by 10 minutes. They did the whole thing in 10 minutes.
Well, you know what? Here in Vegas, they do the weddings pretty quick, too.
Yeah.
They actually take more time getting you prepared for the wedding and taking the pictures afterwards than the actual time that the priest or the reverend or the minister is up there going, will you, do you,
should you,
won't you, you're done. Yeah, exactly. Well, we saw the whole Elvis video.
That's right.
I think we saw the whole thing. I don't think I edited it down. It was only like 5 minutes.
Most of the ones I do, the ceremony's about 15 minutes.
Well, these were 5, so this is 10. You need to talk faster because this was only 10.
I can. I actually did have somebody that was considering doing, it's called an inmate ceremony because you're only allowed 5 minutes in a prison to get married. Right.
Well, you can always do the Spaceball ceremony. You do, you will kiss.
Yes.
It was something like that.
It was funny.
Yeah. So it was, oh, wow. So I don't know who is who. One is Whitney Black. So Whitney.
Yes.
And Steve Phillips. So Whitney, this was her first marathon.
Yes, which she started after a snowmobiling accident, which left her requiring 20 surgeries and years of physical therapy just to learn how to walk.
That's impressive. That is impressive. So she ran. Wow.
Yep.
That's very cool.
That's why I chose it, because it's positive.
And then Steve Phillips, the husband, that was his 14th marathon.
14th, yes.
So, wow, that's crazy. So that's pretty impressive. Yeah. After 20 surgeries and years of, she'd just be able to walk. She's out running a marathon. Good for her. I need to go back to running marathons. Yeah, I need. Yep. That's pretty good.
I ran a marathon once. A lot of paperwork involved.
I don't get it.
I actually was one of the
you ran
administrators of the event. Yes.
You ran the event. I got it. I should bring up my medal. Oh, they have the rock and roll marathon here.
I love rock
Vegas. Well, it's all over. It's all. They have one here in Vegas, and you start off and you run down the Strip and you run all the way downtown. Then you run up and down Fremont Street and you run all the way back. I've done that.
Cool.
We do a 5K. Pretty cool. But I haven't done one in a long time. I started doing bike support, where my cousin would run, and then I would ride the bike.
Yes, I know what you're saying.
I would ride the bike along, and I would carry extra water and a radio. And I wasn't just support for him. I was support for everybody in the marathon. If somebody fell or got hurt, need assistance, you were out there on the course and you'd radio for help.
Yes.
But that was fun. Well, you were going to try another segue?
No, we just have one marathon that goes past our house every year. And it's kind of funny because my wife freaked out. She comes out of the house and there's like 30 plastic cups in our driveway and in our yard.
Right.
Because what they do is as they came around the corner, they grab the cups while they're still going, They down it, and as soon as it's down, they just chuck it off to the side. And then after the race, a truck comes by, and people are just swarming all up the roads, picking everything up and throwing it in the back of the truck.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So what you need to do the next marathon is you need to set up a table, and you need to get a bunch of little glasses, and you need to fill it with shots of vodka.
That's not only expensive, but probably illegal.
But would be very funny to see the looks on their face. I would love, that would be a good prank video. That would go viral.
Oh, yeah.
That would go viral. So,
especially the part where they come and cuff me.
Oops. Adjust my camera. I don't know if I adjusted it good or bad. Halfway through the show, I just jumped.
I can't see you anyway, so.
Yeah. Thank God. All right. So I think doing that would put you behind the 8 ball.
It would.
So here's the funny part. This is another one of those phrases that us old-timey guys use, and apparently the younger generation does not.
No. Yeah.
In my new company, we make beanbag chairs. And one of the things we're going to do is start doing sport-related ones. So we made an 8 ball.
That makes sense.
And I had the 8 balls there, and I asked one of the staff members to stand behind it. I go, haha, you're behind the 8 ball, and took a picture of it. And they're all like, we don't get it. We don't get it. So I was like, oh, no. I go, so I'm going to have to make that one of our phrase origin stories.
Yes.
So
now you have to make it mandatory that all employees watch this video.
We actually have one that subscribes so far. So that's a good thing. But behind the 8 ball has to do with, they're not really sure, but they can't, it's one of those ones where a lot of people claim the thing.
Yes.
But they go pretty much, there's dispute about the origin, but really behind the 8 ball derives from the 8 ball version of pool. And while you're playing 8 ball, the object is to not sink the 8 ball before all of your stripes or solids are off the table.
Yes.
So if you a turn is forfeit if the player's cue hits the 8 ball, right?
Right.
The game is forfeited if the 8 ball is pocketed before it's your turn. And the best place to leave somebody on the table so they can't get to their balls is behind the 8 ball.
Correct.
So now behind the 8 ball could be any direction, just as long as all of your balls are on the other side. So if all the stripes are on the left side of the table and the 8 ball's in the center and you get that cue behind the 8 ball, it's really hard for that person to make a shot, because if you don't sink one of yours, you lose your turn. And if you don't sink one or hit one of your balls, you got to sink one. If you don't sink one, you lose your turn. So the best and the safest place is to put the cue ball either behind your ball, behind one of your balls, or behind the 8 ball. Behind the 8 ball is better, because if they hit the 8 ball and it actually goes in, you win automatically. So behind the 8 ball is a difficult position from which it is unlikely one can escape. So if you put yourself in a difficult position that is unlikely to escape from, that's being behind the 8 ball.
Right. And the part that's really amazing is in 1929 is when it just exploded in the newsprint. Yep.
Everybody used it. Became a very common phrase. I mean, Minnesota Fats, who was a great pull shark.
He was also known for trick shots.
But he was a great pull player. And also played the Color of Money. What was the? Oh crud! What was the name of the movie with Paul Newman and?
Yes. We could be look it up. You're faster at that than I am. I know what you're talking about.
Color of Money. It was The Color of Money.
Okay.
Yeah, The Color of Money. So former pull hustler, Fast Eddie Felson, Paul Newman, decides he wants to return to the game by taking a pupil, and he meets the talented but green Vince Loria, Tom Cruise. And I know that there were some references to Minnesota Fats in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Minnesota Fats, the book about him, his biography, was called Never Behind the 8 Ball.
Yeah.
So good for him. And with that, we're not behind the 8 ball, but we want to thank you for watching.
And if you feel our show is not a bad life decision,
don't take a drink when I'm going to end the show. Please like, subscribe, watch our other shows and channels. Head down there to whathappened.world. That appears on the bottom. Go there. You can connect to all of our social media, Facebook and everything. Go to Fun Guy the Entertainer Cooks for you. See what awesome meals he's cooking as of late. And with that, I want to say live every day, and we'll see you at the next show.
Be genuinely positive, live and love life, and have a good one.
Be crazy, hey, but you still amaze me.